Hey folks, how you doing? So on today's video I'm actually going to show you guys how you can collect your own seeds from peppers, or capsicums as we call them here in Australia. Alright, so checklist. You're going to need a capsicum, a piece of paper and a knife. Once you've got those three things, we're ready to collect our seeds. Alright, so pick up your knife, pick up the capsicum, and what we're going to do is actually just cut it down one side. So that just makes it so when we open it up there, all the seeds don't go flying everywhere. So as you can see here, as I pull it apart, there they all are. So the seeds are all mainly up the top of the capsicum in that membrane, as you can see there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to try and get all those seeds out. So if you peel off the top part, you'll see that all the seeds pretty much get stored in that fleshy sort of membrane. All we want to do is flick them off with our thumb. Some might go flying all over the place, but yeah, that's why the piece of paper is there, to almost try and collect them all. So once you've got all of the seeds from out of that top part, then what you want to do is obviously grab the main body of the capsicum and pick all those ones up too. So I'll just grab the last few here. So there you go guys, so that's all the seeds from that one capsicum. So now what you want to do is actually just leave them to dry, space them out a little bit. So for the next 2 weeks, just let them sit in a nice warm spot. And then once they're completely dry, they'll be ready to be put into either a jar or an envelope. I'll show you that up next, but there you go guys. All those seeds from one capsicum. Right, so what we're going to do now is actually show you guys how to store the seeds once they've obviously dried off after 2 weeks time. They'll be ready to store. So one of the ways you can store them is in a jar. Just make sure that you pop on the date, the name of what the seed is and the variety. So I've obviously written capsicum, today's date, and then obviously they're bullhorns as a variety. So you can use that. Otherwise, another option is you can use envelopes as well. I don't have any of the small little envelopes like this one, which I would sort of normally use, sort of something like that to get you going. But yeah, so one important thing that you really need to make sure that you don't use, or try not to use if you can, is, which I've got here, is the little plastic bags. The little Ziploc bags, and the only reason for that is if the seed isn't completely dried out and then you store it in here and there's still a little bit of moisture left in there, it's just going to build up condensation inside of it and it'll just make your seed go off or rot or whatever, or not be viable for when you go to plant it maybe next season or whatever. So try and stay away from them if you can. I've got heaps through my little seed box here, but just sometimes when I run out of the envelope ones. But just make sure that they are completely dry if you do use these. So all you're going to do is, obviously today we're just going to use the jar method. I'm just going to pop it off. There goes the lid. So we've got our seeds. Now these are the seeds that we've got from before. So obviously they're not completely dry, but just for this I'm going to show you how we do it. So don't drop it like I almost did there. So what you want to do is you just want to curl it up like this, just to make a bit of a nice little half pipe there. And then all you're going to do, pretty simple, I'll show you guys there. Shake it all about. As you can see, they're still a bit wet, so they're sticking to the jar, or sticking to the paper. So obviously we'll pop that down there. Then inside here, seeds are stuck in there. So yeah, as I said, keep the moisture out of the jar, keep the moisture out of the plastic, keep the moisture out of the envelope if you use those. So make sure it's just well dry. And that's it. So pretty simple. So there you go folks, so that's it. So that's how you collect seeds from a capsicum. It's really easy. So all you want to do is make sure that the fruit is well developed before you collect them. And yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Make sure that you subscribe if you haven't yet. Like the videos, share the videos, and hope you have a great week.